you're welcome to this section of our video. Now we're going to talk about how you can neutralize emotional scares. No doubt about the fact that sometimes emotional blow will be very, very challenging. And if not well managed, it could translate into emotional scares. There have been instances in which people nurtured emotional scars for years. There are instances in which some nurtured it for 20 years, for 30 years, even for more than that. And the reasons behind that is because they've actually not been able to adopt a method or an approach towards neutralizing emotional scars. So today we're going to talk about how well you could neutralize emotional scars. If you can still remember, in the last part of the video, we talked about how well you could get yourself familiarized with the effect of emotional scars. Now, let's assume you've developed those effects, that is, you've had these emotional scars, either which resulted in building emotional walls or perhaps in physical walls. Today we're going to talk about the basic steps which you need to adopt in order to be able to neutralize those effects and begin to enjoy life as well on an optimal level. So the first thing you want to do is, first you want to develop a multi-layer epidermis. And that has to do with you developing more of a thick skin. I think that should be more like a simpler way, or perhaps another word for it. Having a thick skin. As you know, the epidermis is more like the skins, that's the upper layer of the skin. So you want to ensure that you have a thick skin, such a way that you don't allow things which ordinarily shouldn't result into emotional scars to result into emotional scars. You want to try as much as you can to often overlook some certain things, and you don't want to, in one way or the other, allow things to bother you as much as possible. Because one thing about life generally is, let's take for instance, when someone is doing something to you, or perhaps when there is a challenging situation, or perhaps when life is throwing some certain stones along your path, if you, in one way or the other, chooses to not develop a multi-layer epidermis, that is, you choose to respond to some of those things, you will be sapping yourself, your energies, and you will be wasting a whole lot of your resources. So you want to try as much as you can to develop a thick skin, know when to respond and know when not to respond. Before you realize it, there are a whole lot of things which you would ignore, and as a result of the fact that you are ignoring those things, you will be contributing meaningfully to your existence right there within the space of the universe. And secondly, you want to have a healthy self-image. A healthy self-image has a major role to play generally, because generally, in one way or the other, people might want to take advantage of you, but when they realize, oh, you have a healthy self-image, you take yourself so you have a healthy self-image of who you are as a person. Before you realize it, they might not be able to take advantage of you. Perhaps you've had scenarios where someone might want to take advantage of the other person, and he will be like, oh wow, if I actually take advantage of this guy, it might not really go down well with me. And before you realize it, they pull back. But compared to someone who is in one way or the other have a dominant emotions, which is tailored towards a fearfulness or perhaps non-healthy self-image, before you realize it, they begin to take advantage of him or take advantage of her. And before you realize it, it translates into emotional scars, and in one way or the other, deprive such ones the opportunity to enjoy the pleasantness associated with life. So thirdly, you want to have a spiritual facelift. You want to ensure that you have a spiritual routine that keeps you going. No doubt about the fact that I'm a very great fan of spirituality. Because without spirituality, don't be surprised, there are some challenges you might not be able to navigate through. So you want to ensure that you have a spiritual facelift. And what do? You want to ensure you have a Bible reading. You want to ensure you read your Bible as a Christian. And not only that, you want to ensure that at all times you pray and you meditate. You want to ensure that your regular prayers to God is very important to you. And when it comes to meditation, it's very important as well. You want to ensure you explore solitude to be able to get to know much about who you are and to be able to feel connected with your Creator. And another interesting thing is you want to have a self-responsible attitude. And what this entails is you want to be able to, in one way or the other, be able to take responsibility for yourself. You want to be able to make decisions that are wise. You want to be able to make decisions that will be able to project you in the path of success. And when there is need for you to make consultations, don't be shy about the fact about that. You want to as well seek other people's opinion in one way or the other. That doesn't mean you are not self-responsible, but it shows that you are trying to display wisdom. So you want to ensure that you are responsible, because in instances where you are to make decisions as well, you seek other people's opinion. It shows a high level of responsibility, that is humility and being able to sample other people's opinion. That doesn't mean you have to disturb people about all your life's decisions, but there are some cogent decisions you have to seek out. And there are some responsibility as well you need to be able to hold on to as you are navigating through that. Because don't be surprised that when some people realize that you are not responsible, you're not taking full responsibility for your life, they would want to see that as an opportunity to take advantage of you. And when they begin to explore those advantages, before you realize it, it causes a whole lot of emotional scars, and it translates into emotional, I would say, disadvantage sort of, which result into physical wars, which result into emotional wars. Now we talk about relaxation routine. You want to have a relaxation routine, and what this entails is you having times to be able to relax yourself. You want to perhaps go out, have a lunch for yourself, or it could be a dinner. Or perhaps you want to have a very pleasant sleep. You want to as well see how best you leverage on solitude. And aside that, you might as well want to read, or you might want to watch a movie. Before you realize it, you would be enjoying it while you're not focusing on those emotional blows. And before you realize it, those emotional scars would completely get neutralized. And also you want to as well have a tolerant mental dispositions. As we've earlier on mentioned in the last video, those who in one way or the other have had emotional blows, which result into emotional scars, they often develop emotional walls as well as physical walls. And what does those entail? There are instances in which they are not tolerant of other people. But now, in order for you to be able to neutralize those emotional blows or those emotional scars, you want to ensure that you have tolerant mental dispositions. You want to be tolerant of people, and you want to see how best you loosen your guard a little bit, see how best you relate with people, and see how best you explore the various points which we've mentioned to neutralize any form of emotional scars. Take for instance, there has been an issue which has often been bothering you for quite a whole lot of time, and you can't really get over it. It has resulted in emotional scars. You've developed emotional walls. You've developed physical walls. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to examine various categories of your life. You want to first analyze which categories of your life is such challenging situation coming from. That is, that below, which categories of your life is it actually affecting? Is it more like in the areas of your adventure areas of life? Or whichever areas it is that is coming from, you want to shift past your perception to another areas of life, which in one way or the other might require your focus. And when you make a switch to these other areas of life or other categories of life, before you realize it, you will be able to see how best you enjoy your life. Take for instance, if your adventure areas of life you are dealing with emotional blows in that area, why not see how best you go into hobby areas of life? What are some of those hobbies in which you would like to engage in, and you start developing those hobbies? Have a spiritual routine, have a healthy self-image. What are those things you need to do to boost your self-image? What are those things you need to do to boost your self-confidence? Before you realize it, you will actually be neutralizing emotional scars, and thus get yourself together and begin to strive and keep navigating through life with full pleasures as well as enthusiasm. So I hope you enjoyed this short video, and always remember, multi-layer epidermis development is one of the key ingredients towards neutralizing emotional scars. Healthy self-image is very important as well towards neutralizing emotional scars. And also spiritual facelift is very, very important towards developing or neutralizing emotional scars. You want to study your God's word, the Bible, as often as you can. And also you want to have self-responsible attitude. That is, you want to be able to make decisions, and as well you want to be able to know when to seek help and when not to seek help. And also you want to have relaxation routine. And this has to do with you having time for yourself to explore solitudes and all others. And also you want to have tolerant mental dispositions. And as the veteran said, you want to be much more tolerant of other people. Before you realize it, you will be able to neutralize emotional scars. So I hope you enjoyed this short video as well. And don't forget, at Feta Network, we still help in areas of personal development, and we also as well still help in areas of business idea conceptions, which as well transcend into innovative idea scaling. So I look forward to seeing you in some other subsequent videos of ours, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.